An unexpected discovery brings cold cases that are decades old back to the surface as families of 3 missing women look for what could be long-awaited closure. Good evening, everyone. What began as a simple search for keys led to the unearthing of 2 sets of human remains. Investigators believe one of the bodies shows decades worth of decay. Jeff RUSACK reports on how they hope to find out who these people are.
Law enforcement scoured this wooded area off of Wallaben Road in Portland. That's in Chautauqua County. In the span of 2 days, 2 separate skeletal remains were discovered within 10 yards of each other. This all started on the Chautauqua County Rails to Trails. On Sunday night, a hiker lost her keys. She was looking for them. She came over to this wooded area, and that's where she found what she thought was a human skull. On Monday, a team of forensic scientists from Mercyhurst University confirmed it was human, and the body had likely been there for decades.
We were doing a grid search in the immediate area. We found what appeared to be a second set of human remains.
Those bones were human as well, except the body had decayed for far less time than the first remains that were found.
Yeah, it was likely decades old, and the second set was more recent.
Next step for investigators is trying to determine the identity of these 2 people.
They're hoping that with some dental records that they may be able to rule out some of our missing persons from Chautauqua County, and but they won't have a definite confirmation on identification until a month or so.
The sheriff says any DNA would take up to a month to provide any useful information. In Chautauqua County, Jeff RUSACK, 7 Eyewitness News.
Now, as Jeff just mentioned, right now we do not know the identity of those people whose remains were found. Several high-profile missing persons cases in Western New York are still active. Corey Anderson was last seen 13 years ago. She left her job in Jamestown in October of 2008. Her vehicle was found about 10 miles away in Bust-Eye, but Anderson still has yet to be found. It has been much longer since anyone has seen Lori Bova. She was last seen in a public restaurant in Lakewood in 1997. Her husband said she disappeared after an argument. And a third missing persons case goes back decades further. Patricia Lammerhurt vanished from her home in Westfield in 1976. She is still considered missing 45 years later.